It was like around maybe 8:15-ish, around that time, and I was just gonna go study. It's like any other night, like I just took my scooter, didn't think anything of it, just went to go study. And I woke up like probably a week and a half later.
My phone's usually off late at night, but I get texts, and so I looked at the text and had gotten one from Renee. And so I knew something was up, and something that, could be pretty tough to deal with.
People said they had his phone last tracked to the hospital, so that was when it started getting really serious. And then we got a text from the coaches kind of just saying, hey guys, let's meet in the locker room before practice.
Cam came in soon after that, and he said he was in a crash or an incident, and he was at the hospital, and my heart just sank and dropped, and the whole room got colder.
I started to cry a little bit.
It's still emotional. It still resonates with how tough that was.
It was a hard moment, just not knowing whether or not you'd see him again.
When I woke up, first couple questions I asked my family was where am I? Why am I in the hospital? Obviously, I'm still made up. I don't know the severity of my accident, but although I was in a ton of pain, I was kind of okay, when can I go back?
The day that we played Pacific, I was able to go see Eddy, and I looked at Eddy, and he had just had a surgery the day before, and he had his whole face, his whole right side was swollen, and I've told him this before. My initial thought was oh my God, there's no way.
He kept a smile on his face. He was I'll be back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we're okay, Eddy, we're not going to tell him any different because, in his head, he was going to return.
A win tonight for Santa Clara guarantees them co-champions of the conference.
We end up scoring a goal late against Pacific to share a conference championship.
And now Santa Clara in the final minutes, an unbelievable goal. The Santa Clara Broncos are kings of the West Coast Conference.
Freddie on three, Freddie on three.
And the guys, pull up a shirt and have, for Eddy. It just speaks to how much he means to our team.
We never stopped, we never gave up. And I just want to say this was for Eddy. Eddy, I love you, the whole team loves you. And seriously, this is what happened at the end of the game is an example of what we've been doing this whole year. We fought till the end. That's for Eddy. For Eddy, we love you. Love you, Eddy.
Who knows what would have happened, but having Eddy to fight for really helped us push through and get that title.
Seeing how much support I had after during the accident and stuff showed how much people really cared about me. I think it's just a huge factor onto why I should keep going and to just show people that I'm not done.
Where are you going?
I'll go this way actually. Good touch. You ready for a tackle?
And then wait till your next week.
Yeah, that's going to be right.
Besides his vision and his hearing, he's the same Eddy. He hasn't changed, which is great. And it's just good to have him in the locker room. And he's the same guy on the field, same guy in the locker room.
Being around him now, it's oh, he's back. He's just full of life and he's the same.
I think that's the one thing we're kind of looking for, is that the moment that maybe he can run back on that field and represent our program. I think that's a possibility.
He's still the same guy that helps make our team better, and without him, we wouldn't be the same team, without a doubt. You don't find many people like Eddy.